Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking all things schedule and routines for homemakers. If you're new here, my name is Kaylee, and here at Kaylee's Notebook, I love to share all of the kitchen skills that I have learned over the years, hoping to build your kitchen confidence as a mama who cares about farm to table ingredients, nourishing your family with from scratch recipes. So I know you're probably saying, Kaylee, we're talking all things about kitchen confidence, but today we're going to be talking about schedule and routines. I'm going to get into why this is vitally important for your kitchen, and I'm also going to give you 4 different kinds of ideas to schedule your homemaking. Okay, so let's talk about why is this even important. The reason why I feel like this is vitally important for homemakers is how your whole entire day is run is really going to determine how much time you have for your kitchen, how much effort you're going to put into your kitchen, and the time that you are willing to put into learning new skills for all of those delicious treats that can potentially come out of your kitchen. I see so many women always asking, how do I cook from scratch? How do I do all these things? And I feel like it really starts outside of the kitchen. If we can just pull our lens back from the kitchen and look at our whole entire home, I genuinely feel like this can be the key to most moms cooking these meals that I know you so deeply desire to do for your family because you have realized how horrible these ingredients are in the grocery stores. Before I even share these 4 ideas I'm gonna give to you, let's just pull the curtain way back and go back to when I first became a mom. My oldest child is 7 years old, and honestly, I will be one of those moms to tell you I really didn't feel like the transition from no kids to 1 kids was too challenging. I feel like the biggest thing that was a challenge for me in the beginning was probably just being up so much more than you're used to being, and just kind of being on that baby time of, needing to feed every hour, every 2 hours, whatever the case may be. I feel like that was the hardest for me, and I did look into some scheduling, like when you read those baby books and they're like, oh, sleep when baby sleeps, nap when baby naps, and do the dishes when you can, and just take those 6 weeks to just heal from birth itself. It wasn't until I gave birth to my second child that I was just like, what is going on? My oldest and my youngest are 1 year and 5 months apart, and I just literally didn't know which way was up. Not only was I just struggling with postpartum depression and anxieties, 2 things I never really dealt with before, just on top of how do I manage all of this. I felt like the laundry was piling up. I, was barely in the kitchen. It was a challenge. It was a real challenge. I came from this beautiful first baby experience, and then second baby, I was just like, whoop, I have 202 in diapers. It was a lot. So that is when I really dove into looking at other moms on YouTube, asking friends, figuring out like, how are all these women doing this? So this is where we are going to get into the first rhythm that I feel like can be really great for moms, specifically first time moms, or maybe moms who are just looking into rhythms and routines. And that is going to be the beloved block scheduling. I hear about block scheduling so much, and I feel like it truly can help. So if you've never heard of block scheduling before, basically you have blocks of time where you are doing specific things. I feel like the best way to describe this is when you go to school, you have all these different classes, right? So let's say your first class is reading, and for 30 minutes, you are doing nothing but reading. Like, you're never going to go to reading and your teacher's going to be like, oh, we're doing science today. Like, no, this is reading. Then the bell rings, ding, ding, ding. Then you have math, and you're doing all things that pertain to math, so on and so forth for each subject. For example, it can be like, there are certain things about your day that you're going to do every single day, right? Like every morning you're going to have breakfast. Midday, you're probably going to have lunch, nap time, and then at the end of the day, you're obviously going to have dinner and time to wind down and get to bed. What that can kind of look like is maybe your morning block. This also greatly depends on the ages of your kids and are you homeschooling? Do your kids go to school? Whatever the case may be. Maybe your morning looks like breakfast, chores, and then you're going to do school. And then your midday block, you're going to do lunch, and maybe your kids are going to go outside for a little bit, and then they're going to have quiet time. And then your afternoon block, you're going to have dinner, maybe, shower and a bath for the kids, and then you're going to have some time with your husband. Block scheduling can be so great because I feel like it really takes out the stress of needing to get it all done, and you can just kind of put bits and pieces in there where you need to. Like in my morning block, I'm going to sweep the floors. And then during quiet time in my midday block, I'm going to put the laundry away. Whatever the case may be, obviously you're going to change this to what works best for your season of life and where you are at. Now, a part of block scheduling, I'm going to talk about this because I see it a lot, and I feel like for some moms it can be great. Like I hear some moms saying that they really do enjoy this, and honestly I really want to know how other moms do this and it actually function for you. Maybe it's a personality thing or a character trait, I don't know. But it is timed block scheduling. So essentially with time block scheduling, you're going to have an example of from 8 to 8:30, you're going to have breakfast. From 9 to 10:30, you're going to do school. And then maybe from like 2 to 3, you're going to have quiet time. I've tried to implement this in the past when I was doing block scheduling. When I first did it, I was doing just like I told you, like morning block, midday block, afternoon block. And then I started adding in like different times. Girl, it stressed me out. I was just like, okay, maybe I just need to add more time. So I started adding more time onto it to give me more of a buffer because I wasn't hitting anything I needed to. And then I had too much time that then I ended up going on to another task, and then I was late for my other task. It just was a tornado of disaster. But I hear some moms who really like it. I want to hear in the comments down below, how do you do this and it actually functioned for you? I feel like those are probably superhero moms, which honestly, I don't think I'm one of them, but it's pretty intriguing. Okay, another one is going to be rhythm-based routines. Now, this is a very predictable order of your day. This is not going to have things like fixed times. It's very flexible and maybe peaceful to some moms. For example, it might be you're going to have breakfast, and then you're going to have chores, and then you're going to have lessons, maybe lunch, outside time, then you're going to have, rest or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like block scheduling without the blocks. You're just going to do it in sequence no matter what time of day it is or whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like this is for like the carefree mom who's just maybe, just thrives on stuff like that. With this kind of routine, I feel like it can support children's natural flow and allows the day to stretch out as needed. I feel like this would probably be great for moms with like really young kids. Like you have that predictability of what's coming and you can kind of just fill in the gaps in between. So number 3 is going to be a daily reset, like a weekly focused kind of systems. These are going to be short daily resets paired with one main focus per day. This is going to feel maybe mentally freeing because you know what you're doing on a specific day, and anything else that needs to get done can kind of just get put on a list for that specific day. For example, you're going to have some things with this that you're going to do every single day, right? Like you need to get the dishes done, you need to make lunch, you need to make breakfast, you need to do chores of, your kids. My kids personally will make their bed, get dressed, brush their teeth every single day after breakfast. But then you're going to task certain things to a specific day. Like maybe laundry is going to be Monday, errands will be Tuesday, and then maybe, a whole house reset will be on Friday. I feel like this can be for a mom who loves predictability, to know what's coming next, and that you can put something out of your mind Obviously, you're not going to let your kitchen get too dirty just because your whole house reset is on Friday. You're still going to clean the counters, but you know your whole entire day on Friday is probably going to take your whole house to get cleaned, or the whole laundry is going to get cleaned. I will say that moms who do a load of laundry every single day, y'all are the super women of homemaking. I don't know how you do it. I have been forced into it because we've had issues with our well, and I could only do about a load of laundry a day for the past, I don't even know, 6 months. I don't prefer it. I am a 6 loads of laundry in one day, put it all, knock it all out in one day, and just move on. I don't know how you ladies do it, but it's incredible. I truly admire you ladies who do that. So I will say that this kind of scheduling is what I do nowadays. I love having a specific day for a specific thing because I feel like it just gets done. Not only does it just get done, I feel like I just can focus on that one thing and get that one thing done. I won't say that I'm perfect at it, and I would never encourage a mom to just like, I'm only doing block scheduling, I'm only doing this, because that's just going to create more stress, right? Our rhythm and our routines is supposed to work for us, not against us. And if something is not working, then we need to sit back, reevaluate. I always think of homeschool when I talk about like routines and schedules and how things get done, because there are so many different things about homeschool that some moms might say this about homeschool or say that about homeschool. They have this kind of routine or that kind of routine. Maybe you're somebody who like just does Charlotte Mason, or maybe you do just a classical kind of learning, or maybe you're more like eclectic where you're taking little bits and pieces from all these different types of learning styles and putting it beautifully into your own. That's what I would recommend doing. I think there's a time and a place and a season for like one specific thing. Like I said, the block scheduling truly helps me when I had those 2 under 2, but now I kind of do take bits and pieces from all of it, although I will say I am more of like a weekly focused system. It just works for me. It gives my kids predictability. Usually about every single Friday is like my whole house reset. I have been trying to implement better about not going out every single day, and that has taken a huge amount of stress off of just me and our schedule. Now that my kids are getting a little bit older, we're needing to be a lot more consistent with our homeschool than we've really ever had to be before. So I feel like most importantly, it's just learning to be scheduled with the seasons of life of just where you are and what you're doing. So the last idea I want to leave you with is loop scheduling. Loop scheduling can be so great. I will say in the past, I've used this specifically for homeschool when my kids were really little and we didn't have too high of expectations or need to be very strict when it comes to like state rules and regulations of homeschool now that my kids are of school age. So essentially what loop scheduling is you're going to be rotating tasks that are going to be completed in order, and you're usually not going to have like a set time necessarily. You can for sure, but this kind of scheduling is very forgiving. If you miss a task, then you're looping right back to it, so it's not going to be that big of a deal if you miss it. So for example, you might group certain things together, like maybe you're going to do laundry, then you're going to have the bathroom cleaning, and then you're going to have meal prep, and then maybe you're going to do something like decluttering, right? You're going to continue to go in that order. You're not going to put it necessarily to a specific day, but you're just going to keep going in order. You're just going to keep going down the list, and then it's going to loop right back around. So then once you're done with the last one, you're going to go back to the first one, no matter what day of the week it is. I feel like that would be really great for somebody who just really wants to get certain things done, doesn't want to miss them, but you're always coming back to it. So you can kind of take the stress out of that too. Well, friends, there are our 4 schedule routining ideas. I want to hear about you in the comments down below. Please tell me, what routines, schedules are you implementing for 2026? What has worked for you in the past? What hasn't worked for you in the past? Give me some new ideas. Maybe you do something that I didn't even mention. I want to hear all about it in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next video.